Hi there, welcome to my channel. This is Sarah with Jujube Crafts and more. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I'm joining in on a craft challenge called Sign Wednesday. This challenge is hosted by Deco Easy. These two amazing ladies do wonderful crafts and you should definitely go check them out. It is co-hosted by Krafty Leeny, also an amazing crafter that you don't want to miss. So I will link both of these channels in my description box down below, and when you're done with my video, go check them out. So to get started with this craft, I picked up these two cutting board signs. It was obviously a sign that said eat, and the T was missing. So I just picked up these two here, and I am just taking all of the backing and the hardware off of this sign, giving it a quick sand on the back. And then I'm going to take the twine off the top of this little cutting board. It was glued on super lightly, so it was really easy to take off. Next, I'm going to take a sanding block, and I'm just going to do a quick sand all over this entire board, just to make sure there isn't any imperfections in the paint, or, you know, I want my new paint to stick as best as possible. Next, I'm going to fill in the holes from where the A was attached to the front of the sign with a little spackle. Once that's dry, I'm going to take this chalk paint by Waverly in the color Agave, and I'm going to give this board one light coat all over. I wasn't too concerned about getting full coverage on this board because I really did like that gray color, and I was okay if some of that showed through. Next, I'm going to take my sanding block and I'm just going to distress the edges of this board. And once I was done, I took a baby wipe and I was just wiping off the dust. However, it was kind of a happy accident because I discovered wet distressing in this moment. I've never done wet distressing. I've seen it done before, of course, but I had never tried it before. And when I wiped with the baby wipe, it had removed some of the paint and that gray was showing through, and I just loved that. I thought that was so great, and it looked super distressed and awesome. So I went with it, and I just made a few distress marks all over this board using the baby wipe. So once I got it distressed enough to where I really liked it, I decided, or I am taking this white piece of paper and I'm just making kind of a template. I had found a bunny on Pinterest that I really liked and wanted to recreate for this board. So I am just taking the picture that I saw and I'm just going to hand draw it onto this piece of paper. Now the reason I'm doing this is so that I know exactly where my lines need to be and I don't make it too big or too small for my board. And then if I make any mistakes, I do it on the paper and not on my project. So once I get it on the board or on the piece of paper where I wanted, then I just recreate it on the board, if that makes any sense. Now, if you're not keen on drawing, you can always do a transfer method where you photocopy the picture and then use some chalk or some other transfer method to put the bunny onto your board. Next, I'm going to take this folk art home decor chalk paint in the color Castle, and I'm just going to paint this whole entire bunny in this color. Now my idea for this bunny was that I was going to paint it this color, do a layer of crackle in the middle, and then paint the plaster, the Waverly Chalk paint plaster over the top of it. However, best laid plans don't always come to fruition, right? I don't know if my crackle was old or if I did something wrong. I'm not really sure, but it didn't work. I was really disappointed because I really thought that this bunny crackled up would be so cute. However, I really like how it turned out, so I'm not too disappointed. But yeah, I painted it, and then you'll see me putting the crackle on, and I made sure everything was really dry in between layers, and it just didn't work. Boo. Oh well. So actually, when I did put this coat of paint on this white plaster from Waverly, even though the crackle didn't work, there still was a bit of texture that popped through. And so I really like how that part of it worked. It gave my bunny a little bit more dimension and kind of, I don't know, gave him some character. So all in all, it was an okay boot. So I did go over this bunny twice with the plaster, and now I'm just going in with a pencil to create his face. So I'm going to take some of this paint from Apple Barrel, and I'm just going to color in his ears and his little nose with that. And then I'm going to take a thin paintbrush and some of the Waverly Chalk paint in ink, and I'm going to water it down to do his mouth and whiskers. Now a paint marker would probably be a super awesome option at this point too. However, I did not have one, so I'm just doing this method. I've always done it, and it works out pretty well for me. So use what you got. That's what I say. And here I'm just creating his little eyeballs. So hey guys, give me a thumbs up if you like this video. It really does help my channel so much, and it lets me know that you like what you're seeing. Also, if you like what you're seeing and you want to see more, totally go down to that bottom, that subscription box down below, give it a little tap, and then hit that bell so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. I'm uploading at least once a week, if not more, depending on what I've got going on in my life. I am a mother of 3, so sometimes I don't get more than one video out, but I try my hardest to put out quality content and things that I think other people might like. So anyhow, I'd love to have you guys join my little tribe here on YouTube and get to know you. So definitely leave me a comment down below too, because I love to interact with you guys. So I'm just using a dry brush here, a stiff dry brush, to add some of that castle color to the outside of this bunny. I am just giving him some dimension, creating a little shadows, making his head kind of stand out a little bit so that it's not just ears sticking out, and just giving him a little more character, if you will. So I'm going to take some of this black and white checkered ribbon from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to create just a simple bow with this. So if you've been around for any length of time, you might know that I'm a bow, I don't even know what you'd call me. I mess with them until they're practically dead. Yeah, I just keep going back and forth until I'm just super happy with my bow. So I'm kind of picky about them. I like them to look nice. So we're gonna do a dovetail. And if you saw my last video, you'll know I always get them wrong, right? And you saw me almost get it wrong. But I end up getting it right this time, so pat on my back for that one. I'm just gonna attach this little bow to this handsome little guy with some hot glue there. And he is ready for the holiday season. So Next, I'm going to add a little more something something to the top of this little cutting board. So I'm just taking this white twine that I picked up from Walmart, and I'm just going to wrap it around the handle a few times, securing it with some hot glue. Now I'm not putting a whole ton of hot glue on the back because if I ever change my mind and want to redo this board, that twine will come off really easily. So just enough to make it stay, not enough to stick it forever. So next I'm going to take some of these poster sticker letters from the Dollar Tree. Poster sticker letters. I don't know. Does that make sense? Anyhow, doesn't matter. I'm taking some of these letters and I'm going to add the word hop to the front of my little sign here. So I pulled the H off of one. I've got two going. You know how that goes, where you need more letters than what's available on the sticker pack, so you gotta buy more. So I'm just trying to use up what I have on the one so that I can move to the other, and then I'll have to buy more. It's a cycle, but I was happy to have the words or the letters for this word. So and I'm just eyeballing this. I don't get out rulers very often to figure out where things are, so I am a total eyeballer. I know that's not everybody's cup of tea, but that's how I roll. What's the saying? You do, you boo, right? So I'm just pressing these letters down so they don't go anywhere for the time being. And that completes this super adorable sign. Isn't he cute? I just love this. So here's a closer look at how this turned out. Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think of this little sign. Thank you so much, guys, for stopping by. I appreciate it more than you know. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to spend with me. That means the world to me, and I can't tell you that enough. So anyhow, I hope you guys have a happy, healthy, and blessed day, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye!